Happy 2024, everybody. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday, wonderful, happy, and safe New Year's. Before I get into all of my advocacy videos for the year, I wanted to talk a little bit about something a little bit more serious. Unfortunately, I can't go into full detail, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the point that I was at last year. The last 7 to 8-ish months, so through most of 2023, I got to one of the lowest points I've ever been at, especially when it comes to my Tourette syndrome. There was a point where I sat on the couch and was crying to my husband, telling him that I wish that I was somebody else. I have never said things like that about myself, especially with my Tourette syndrome, in my entire life. I have always been a very proud person with Tourette syndrome. Yeah, I've had awful days. I've been on medication in the past, all of it, but it never got to that point. I was made to feel so low, like I didn't matter. Honestly, at certain times, my life didn't even matter. Some people made me feel like I was being dramatic and like I was overreacting, and what I went through wasn't hard, and what I go through every day and what people with Tourette syndrome go through every day wasn't hard. And it took a really big toll on me, and it was really, really hard for me. And I had to make a lot of hard decisions throughout that year and walk away from some things that I didn't necessarily want to walk away from. That wasn't my plan, but it's what I had to do. And I just wanted to talk about that because, I don't always talk about these hard things. I made a very vulnerable video a few months back in the summer last year, and a lot of people resonated with it. And I'm not here to say that I'm gonna come on here and cry to everybody every time I'm upset or anything like that, but I want people to really understand that Tourette syndrome is a very real thing. Words matter, your actions matter, and just because it might not seem like it's that bad to you, or maybe it wasn't bad enough for me to need help or somebody to need help a few months ago, a few years ago, it doesn't mean that it can't change. Tourette syndrome is an ebb and flow, and just like with a lot of disabilities. And asking for help is already hard enough as it is, especially for somebody like me. I pride myself on being stronger than my tics, and I put that in quotes because I don't want people to think that you're weak because sometimes your tics get the best of you, because believe me, they get the best of me. But just remember to be kind, and remember that you don't know what a person is going through, whether or not you think you know them through a video, whether or not you think you know them through work, through an acquaintance, you've been around them maybe a lot. You have no idea, and it's not okay to pretend like you do and make decisions for other people. And it's certainly not okay to pretend like you know what it's like for them. So my message for 2024 is to please be kind, not only to me, but all of the advocates online, no matter what they are advocating for. Remember, you don't live in their shoes. Even if you have the same thing, it's still very different.